Hey, what's happening here? I want to introduce you to all the members of the Fifth Third Riverbank Run Team, sponsored by Guiding Light Mission, also In the Image, MVP Sports, and Striders. So let's start today with Rusty. What's happening, man?
Hi, I'm Rusty.
Yep, Rusty. It's interesting because we want to get to know everybody and find out about the journey that you guys are on as you try to reclaim your lives. So let's talk about what you used to do in life before the wheels kind of fell off.
Well, I had a great life. Most people would consider having it all, or the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do in life. Had my own business for 22 years, repairing car interiors, and enjoyed riding motorcycle, taking off whenever I wanted to, and
So life was good.
yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. And so then one day something happened.
Well, actually, from my childhood, I had a very poor self-image of myself, poor self-esteem, and just carried that throughout my life, and discovered medication in my 20s, and that graduated to, in 1998, started smoking crack, and did that every day for 13 years, and spent it all.
That'll kind of tear your life apart. But what's interesting, folks, here is a dual lesson, maybe threefold. One, we all carry some scarring from some incident in life. It could be lack of self-esteem that's fostered by the parents. Maybe you were abused. Maybe you were ridiculed as a child by your peers. So there is that pain that's existent. We all have to deal with it, right? But then on the other side of things is this self-medicating that happens. We don't do it consciously, but maybe we drink too much. Maybe we smoke some dope and just think, you know what, this just makes me feel a little bit better now and again. But for you, you were on a motorcycle trip, and you had kind of reacquainted yourself with a friend who will go unnamed, and he just offered you a crack pipe. You took it, and describe that experience, because that was really when they kind of pulled the cotter pin out of the coupling for
That's
you.
when the wheels fell off, like you said.
Right.
That first high, there's nothing like it. You will hear everybody say that, and then you spend the rest of your addiction chasing that first high. There's nothing as good as that day.
Right. And so you would continue to work, making sometimes $200, sometimes $1,000 a day, depending, but always stopping at some point and going to grab some drugs and then consuming them. So, I mean, your life was kind of a yin and yang. You were up, you were down, you were all over the place.
I was remarkably successful at maintaining my job and things I had for many years.
Yeah.
But eventually addiction will take you down completely.
How far down did you go?
Down to losing my home, everything I owned, my dog, the motorcycle, my family relationships, and several times nearly my life.
Wow. And so what was it, that defining moment when you said, enough is enough? And then how many times did you say that before you finally learned the lesson?
Well, I said that nearly every day when using. Tomorrow's going to be different, but you do the same thing. But I had spent 22 days in jail in November, and when I got out, I planned on committing suicide. I was all done. And I ran into a friend who was actually driving for me so I could go to work, because I had lost my license several years ago. And something happened when I was with him. I couldn't get a room in the motel right away because the manager wasn't there and I owed him money. And so I was stuck with him. Kind of messed up my plan. I had everything in my bag ready to go, the drugs and alcohol and everything I was going to take to overdose. And God intervened through this friend, and I called Guiding Light Mission, and everything changed.
Well, I tell you what, that is a story I'll guarantee you've never heard before. I mean, a man so desperate, on the brink of just saying, there's too much pain, I can't deal. And so now you're running, trying to get in shape, going to be doing the Fifth Third Riverbank Run 10K. I mean, that's quite a thing for you. When's the last time you put in this level of exertion?
I don't think I've run 3 miles in my lifetime altogether. Yeah, when I raised my hand in that meeting to see, you wanted to see how many people were interested, I looked up at my hand because I didn't raise it. That was kind of supernatural. The week before I committed to quit smoking, which I did today.
Nice.
And I'm eating better and want to change things.
How do you feel?
Want a life. I feel great. I'm
That's
diabetic, and I've already lowered my insulin, and my sugar's good, and That's only after a week of running.
Right.
Walk.
What we have here is conscious living personified. I mean, he wants to pull himself up by the bootstraps, get back on the path of success, maybe reestablish the relationships of past days. And you know what? It's all good. And, you know, Guiding Light, what a benefit that is to the community. A lot of people drive down Division and they kind of avert their eyes because it's a tragic scene to see man just shoulders hunched and not doing well in life. And you just think, what happened there? But now we know. I mean, it's as simple as just not feeling great about yourself, trying to help yourself out through drugs, and then picking the wrong drug that grabs you, hold you, and won't let go.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be following all these guys, and hopefully you will too, because we've got 7 guys on the team, including me, and there's all sorts of stories to be told, all sorts of lessons to be learned, and it's all about the road to transformation, courtesy of Fifth Third Riverbank, Striders, MVP, and also Guiding Light and In the Image. Thanks, Rusty, for being so honest.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
All righty.